probably the most scary and shocking statistic in the whole cancer world is that the death rate for all cancers has only improved 5% since the 1950s.
Why do doctors, I've dealt with so many people because I deal with, the sick and dying. And those who've had chemotherapy are wasted. They don't have the will to live. It's unbelievable. And yet everybody thinks they've got to take chemo. Why? Why don't they have some other treatment?
Well, that's a long answer, but there's no money in nutrition, right? There's no money in diet and lifestyle medicine, and there's no money in prevention. And so our medical industry is driven by profit, and the biggest sources of profit are patented pharmaceutical drugs, chemotherapy drugs. Mm-hmm. And really, the incentive is very simple. In order to make billions more dollars, all they have to do is come up with a new drug that works a little bit better than the current drug.
Do they get a cut from these drug companies?
It's big business. The average cancer patient is worth over $300,000 in revenue. That's from surgery, hospital visits, physical therapy, breast reconstruction, on and on, all of the stuff associated with cancer. And of course, chemotherapy treatments. And private practice oncologists make up to 2/3 of their income from the markup on chemotherapy drugs.
So they get a piece of the action?
Yeah.
They do?
Yes.
That's really a disincentive. I mean, in certain other cases, if you got a cut of it, you'd be considered a lawbreaker.
It's the only segment of the medical industry where doctors make money off the drugs they prescribe.
Chris, that's shocking. The average person watching this program doesn't believe that. Say it again. I mean, really.
Private practice oncologists make up to 2/3 of their income from the profit on the drugs they prescribe off chemo. I'm talking about chemotherapy drugs.
And so they don't have any incentive to find an alternate. I mean, they get no money off fruits and vegetables.
Of course not. Yeah, I mean, if they send you home and say, and they don't have permission to do that because of the law as well, right? But if they said, let's look at your life. You need to lose weight.
Yeah.
Like, we need to get you on a healthy diet. We need to start exercising. We know all these things increase cancer survival, but they're not allowed to do that. They have to say, we're giving you standard of care, which is chemotherapy.
If you get insurance will pay money for the treatment you were talking about. They won't pay any money for natural holistic treatment at all.
No, not much. I mean, not much, if any, depending on the policy.
Yeah.
It's not the doctor's fault. Doctors are good people, but they're trapped in a system that pays them really well despite the results.